Hello, my name is Jordan Clevenger, and I'm your host for CWF. This week is History Week, and we will be featuring MacArthur, Stalin, Marshall, and McCarthy, Nikita Khrushchev, and Chiang Kai-shek. Unfortunately, Mao Zedong will not be able to join us because earlier this week, Nikita Khrushchev called him an old boot. Hi, welcome back to CWF. Today we are joined by Mr. MacArthur. Thanks for joining us today. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. What is your opinion on the United States using drone strikes?
Drone strike! I think using drone strikes is a great idea because it is better than containment. Also because it takes action against terrorists, which can save American lives, which is unlike containment, where we let the communists stay alive, which led to the deaths of innocent people. These actions are the exact opposite of Truman's city containment policy that let the communists spread. Taking action by using drone strikes is also a good idea because it prevents from other people falling to terrorism, which is similar to the effects of the domino theory in the fact that if one person falls to communism, the others will follow.
That's a very interesting point. What do you think of Obama trying to enforce the Bush plan?
I think the Bush plan is a wonderful strategy. It takes charge in the war against terrorism. It is similar to the war against communism because it relates to the Truman Doctrine, which gave military aid and economic help to struggling nations to free them from opponents. And it is similar to the Eisenhower Doctrine, which the U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower came up with to defend the Middle Eastern countries from the Communist Party.
Thank you very much for joining us on CWF. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to CWF. Today we have Stalin with us. And how are you doing?
Good.
Good. What do you think about the U.S. paying other countries to keep terrorism contained?
I think the U.S. should stay out of other countries' business. They always interject into Eurasia areas, like after the Iron Curtain that separated the communist and capitalist nations was put into place and the Berlin Wall was put up. The U.S. and passionate Winston Churchill just had to have their country come in and save the day with the Berlin airlift to give food and supplies to people in Berlin.
That was a very interesting point. Thank you for being with us today. Welcome back to CWF. Now we have Marshall with us. How are you doing?
Good.
We asked this question earlier and got a very interesting response. What do you think about the U.S. paying other countries money to keep terrorism contained?
I think it is a great idea because, like my Marshall Plan, it gives money to people in times of need and can help them from falling into bad entity, which is similar to how the U.S. pays countries so that they can be stable and become terrorist nations.
That's very interesting. Thank you for being on here today. Welcome back to CWF. Now we have McCarthy with us. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. So what do you think of counterterrorism implementation task forces?
I think that the Counterterrorism Implementation Task Force is a good way to prevent against terrorism. It is good to have a group of people come up with ideas which is similar to the U.S.'s NATO and their counterparts, the Warsaw Pact.
Thank you very much for your opinion. Thanks for being here today. Hello, welcome back to CWF. Today we have Nikita Khrushchev with us. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. How do you feel about tensions between United States and Middle Eastern nations?
I think the tensions are a good thing to have between them because it is similar to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Go.
That started and the brinkmanship that took place during the Cold War.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that opinion. Up next, we will have Chiang Kai-shek with us. Hi, welcome to the last portion of CWF. Right now we have Chiang Kai-shek with us today. How are you doing?
Fairly well.
Good. What do you think about how people in the United States use racial profiling on a daily basis?
I think that racial profiling is a good thing because sorting out who are the terrorists is a good way to unify the country and hunt down terrorists at the same time. And it is also similar to who the House of Un-American Activities Committee hunted down communists like Ethel and Julius Rosenberg.
That's a really interesting take on that. Thank you for being with us today, and that is the end of CWF.